Hey guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for Wednesday, December 15th. It is not solely set for that date. So for those of you that are seeing this on a date that's not December 15th, that's okay. The reading may still have some sort of information or insight for you if you happen to come across it at a different date. But for those of you that watch regularly, we are building upon the reading from Sunday and just the energies that we've been seeing in the cards over the last week. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu on the YouTube video, on the YouTube channel, because it gives you a little bit of insight into how I want you to use my readings, the decks that I use, how to contact me or follow me on social media, and also just some things I want you to think about while using the readings. Basically, these readings are for all signs, and they are broad spectrum, so I do speak in broad terms on purpose, because I want these readings to be able to reach as many people as possible when they see them, whenever they see them. So if you want something more specific to your situation, or if something I'm saying really resonates and it feels like I'm talking to you, feel free to reach out to me and ask any questions or comments in the questions or comments section, or you can reach out to me for a private reading. That's always available to you too through the Linktree links in the video description. Beyond that, if things don't make sense or it doesn't seem to add up, doesn't feel right for you, that's okay. Nothing's wrong or broken. You just might be working on something different at this time, or this reading might be, for somebody else, okay? So lots of flexibility here. Let's see what the card is today. I'm not feeling well, if I'm being completely honest. For those of you that know me, that, I talk to on the daily, I woke up this morning rather early. Everything seems sort of fine. I had a cup of coffee, and it's really upsetting my stomach. I feel kind of like maybe the coffee was too acidic. I did eat a little bit. I had a banana and some yogurt. God, I sound like such an old lady. Sorry, guys. Totally not sexy, but whatever. So let's see what the card is for today. 9 of Cups, I'll take it. Look at her. She is sexy. She is feeling good. She is all over the place. Enjoying and feeling her emotional well-being, feeling in control of her emotions, feeling fulfilled by her emotions, wishes and dreams somewhat being fulfilled, at least personally. I love that she has those lotuses lit up below her, right? And I love the imagery of that heart with wings, which you guys know that's my business design. I had that design years ago when I first decided to do this professionally, was that, sort of that idea of setting one's heart free. That white bird would be a dove of peace, right? So peace would be reigning hopefully supreme in our heart today. We would feel centered. We would feel in control. Control isn't actually the right word, I want to say. I would say we would feel maybe at peace with everything that's going on around us emotionally. Something has shifted. All of those butterflies would indicate a massive transformation has taken place in our space emotionally that has allowed us to feel the freedom that we need to feel, or that we want to feel, or that we choose, even more importantly, to feel today. That brings us peace, happiness, well-being, joy, whatever it is we're seeking, whatever it is we're looking for. It's an abundance. It's an overflow of that that we deem positive. Each one of you, it's going to be something different. If that feeling is a feeling of, love and flirtation, then that's what it's going to be overflowing for you today. If it's a feeling of just content, well-being, things under control, and everything's been managed correctly, that's what is going to be your 9 of Cups today. Each one of you is going to experience this in a different way, but ultimately let yourself be aware that today would be a day where you should feel peace within your emotions, peace within your heart. Or if, let's say, you're, having a bad day, maybe it's not your day, or maybe the last few days have not been your day, right? Leading up to this card. But I looking at these readings the last few days, I feel like that shouldn't be the case for my viewers. But if that is the case, say you're coming in out the, out of the environment into this reading all frazzled, and that's okay too. This card would indicate today's a day to sort of, get ourselves organized emotionally and really look at what it is we do have, what it is that is working, what it is that is at peace in our life, and operate from that place, transform ourselves into that position so that we can experience that joy and that fulfillment. Remember, we have the Wheel of Fortune now because this is Wednesday's reading. We're shifting into that Wheel of Fortune aspect where our environment should be aligning with us, whether it's, doing so quickly. Obviously, sometimes, Wheel of Fortune can be a slow moving thing. We're feeling that at a certain level. We're feeling that faith, maybe would be a good word. Yesterday's word on the grounding stone was trust. Maybe we have a bit of an emotional sense of faith in ourselves, in our environment, in the powers that be as they assist us through this day to just feel that harmony. Right? The six. I just looking at the clock on the computer. The 9 of Cups is like that sort of, personal, complete harmony, right? And remember, we're ending on a 9 of Pentacles. So when this week, ideally, so when we start to feel this, it's like through the power of the feeling is how we kind of create the energy, the thought that creates the matter that becomes the independence and the abundance that we see in the 9 of Pentacles. So this is the beginning stages of that. To me, in my mind, I see a connection between this and that 9 of Pentacles. It's like, okay, so now we're feeling good. So as we maintain these good feelings, hopefully these good feelings begin to start to manifest and return to us the actual physical manifestations of that well-being in different ways, however that way may be for you, whether it's an increase in pay, a declaration of love, a deepening of your, friendships, whatever it is for you. This is where we start to feel that it exists, that we feel that it is possible, that we feel that we're ready to receive it. And then as we go into the next few days of this week, we will begin to continue to receive it. Excuse me, hold on. I'm having a really bad heartburn. I do not know what is going on. I need to burp, guys. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. That was disgusting and probably the butchest thing I have ever done on one of these videos, but it had to happen. It's just me moving energy, folks, so bear with me. I'm having some really rough heartburn this morning. I don't know what's going on. So that is my definition for this card. Sorry, that kind of took me a little bit off track, but I do love this, and it really feels, again, this to me stays with that whole idea of what I was saying yesterday. It occurred to me in the car is that, like, the word this week is fertile, and what I mean by fertile is like we've got all of the kind of the material. We've got the soil, we've got the food, plant food, we've got the water, we've got the sun, we even have the seeds. How do we want to tend to them? This 9 of Cups says we're going to tend to them beautifully if we choose to. Now, oh my God, this is interesting. Wasn't expecting her to show up. Card number 12, victim consciousness. Okay, like she's dressed for the party, and I'm not mad at the raven on her hand. She's rather fierce. But I don't like victim consciousness because this, to me, is not victim consciousness. This is about being released from that or outside of that. That would be the 9 of Cups, being free from that. 12 is numerologically a 3, mind, body, spirit, aligning those 3 things. Now, I did think I said something about, for those of you that come into this reading saying, well, that's not me, that's not my feeling. I'm trying to figure out where these two connect because this is a stumper for me. I'm not feeling these two connecting. I'm feeling that there's a choice to be made here, maybe amongst some of you, not necessarily all of you, where you can either choose to be in the 9 of Cups or you can choose to be. It might be, before I even read victim consciousness, it could be a fact of us becoming aware of the darker sides of ourselves and our own victim consciousness within us, where we hold ourselves back, where we limit ourselves, and setting that free today through this 9 of Cups, right? These two ladies, one being light, one being dark, are both part of the same being, right? They're both part of the same us that is us. And we have to sort of honor be aware and listen to both and then choose to live from one or the other. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Maybe that's my victim consciousness coming up. I have no idea. Let's go to card number 12, though. And we're going to read what she has to say because she's got something to tell us today. God, my stomach. All right, victim consciousness. Stop blaming others and take responsibility for what you are creating. Interesting, guys, because that Seven of Wands was a declaration at the beginning of the week. The Wheel of Fortune wants to move in our favor. And I feel like this, the Four of Pentacles yesterday was about the stabilization of that. This Nine of Cups is about the feeling of that and the positivity and the focus of that feeling. And then Miss Victim Consciousness is telling us, shit or get off the pot, basically. She's like, stop feeling sorry for yourself, Melba, and move forward. All right, so let's read her story. It's easy to think that life is unfair and point a finger at others. If you hear yourself saying, life is unfair, bad things always happen to me, I'm not good enough, nobody cares about me, why me? I can't do what I want to do, etc., then you are losing your power, nourishing your victim aspect, and ascertaining your place in the victim club. Not a fun club, I bet. Although it does come with a very cool raven accessory, so I would maybe stay only long enough just to get the brooch and then get out. Your inner victim can stop you from moving forward by creating dramas, making you judge others, telling you that you don't deserve better, and keeping you stuck in a financial rut. You need to build your internal confidence, self-worth, and courage. Get out of your comfort zone and work on expanding and growing in all areas of your life. The light side of the victim archetype is the victorious part, which can help you to hold your power without getting angry and attacking others. It can also assist you to create healthy boundaries and act from a place of honesty, integrity, compassion, and love. All of those things are that Nine of Cups, guys. So I think maybe this is the shift of going from anybody that was in, I say, maybe a more previously victim consciousness state into this state of well-being of the Nine of Cups. So I think that that is the transformation that we see in the butterflies. The action is visualize your inner victim. Ask to be aware when you are acting like a victim. Then ask your inner victim to show you how you could behave in a more empowered way. How do you need to think, feel, and act to be empowered? On a daily basis, ask yourself, am I acting from an empowered, victorious perspective or a victim perspective? Wow, interesting stuff, guys. I don't think that we are still in this. I'm hoping that we're not. If some of you are, that's okay. There's an opportunity to find your way, not find your way out of this, but to release it in a way and to empower yourself and to transform it into something that's far more freeing, beautiful, uplifting, and creative. Let's just say that, okay? And then the grounding stone that we're going to be grounding in today, and this is on obsidian, which is very black with Miss Victim Consciousness in her chic blackness. But obsidian wards off negativity naturally. It's a stone that will naturally ward off negativity and ground you, keep you grounded and sort of safe and secure. The word is wisdom, right? So when we're gaining wisdom about where it is we are victimizing ourselves or limiting ourselves, holding ourselves back, pinning ourselves down, feeling sorry for ourselves, when we're gaining that wisdom or we're grounding in that wisdom, we're actually hopefully, ideally freeing ourselves to achieve the peace in our heart and in our emotions that this Nine of Cups represents. Allow that to be your seat of power. Allow that to be your position and how you create and where you create from. I do want to say this about Miss Victim Consciousness in her beauty. She's not to be ignored. She's not to be denied. She's not to be hated or shamed or put down, right? We want to embrace both of these ladies, right? We don't want to stay in our victim consciousness. We want to be aware of her. We want to acknowledge her. We want to almost thank her for teaching us whatever it is that she needed to give us, whatever wisdom that she has bestowed upon us that has enabled us to maybe help. It's sort of like, how do I want to say this? Like she and her behaviors that is actually part of us or within us are some of the rungs on the ladder that we have to climb so that we can reach higher awarenesses and evolutions and iterations of ourselves to reach the beauty of this Nine of Cups. So she is the sort of almost like the one that brings the wisdom to us, that enables us to access. Oh, come on. The stone's being... She is the one that brings us to this awareness or teaches us this by showing up in our life. So she is to be just as, what's the word? Like valued as the Nine of Cups. Does that make sense, guys? Rather than don't like resist her, embrace her, acknowledge her, and then sort of thank her and release her would be the thing that I want to say about today. That is your forecast for the day. Thank you for tuning in. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up button. Share this video out with anybody and everybody that you think could use it. I'm trying to build my channel. And please leave me a question or comment. Subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see how the rest of this week unfolds. Have a wonderful day, you guys. It should be beautiful. Take care. Bye-bye.